Good afternoon, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. This is Lighthouse, where we light the way. My name is Light, and I'd like to thank my A-Team and the Divine for allowing me to be a crystal clear channel. Today I'm going to be reading from my Wisdom Keeper deck, and I don't often use this deck, but I was moved to today. If these people on the cards might look like somebody, you know. The first card out is Freedom. They said Freedom Writers, and then they said George Michael Freedom. Freedom 90, they said. That might be significant. Okay, these cards are big. I'm just going to keep them right here. Number 55 is significant. It is always at the very end, when we have all but given up hope of redemption, that liberation comes. The gift of freedom. My gift is freedom. My shadow is victimization. City, freedom. My wisdom story. From as early as I can remember, I was moody. They said moody records is significant. I'm going to try to put my arm on my knee. That way I can read from the book at the same time. From as early as I can remember, I was moody. I constantly searched for outer reasons to explain my moods, and spent my entire youth chasing after everything and everyone I believe caused me joy, and avoiding or blaming those I held responsible for my pain. As I matured, instead of longing for superficial feel-good opportunities, I yearned to feel personally free, romantically fulfilled, and spiritually enlightened. So I embarked on a quest for the perfect soulmate, teacher, and heightened state of being. I became a professional seeker, ideological whiz. I became a professional seeker, tantric whiz, and workshop junkie. I fell in and out of love with so many people, practices, and gurus I lost count. When I was in love, I believe I was free. Bear with me one second. But actually, I was trapped and addicted to the never-ending hope of romance, the dream of liberation, the catharsis of drama. I was hooked on disappointment, and how secretly great I felt complaining about my unending stream of bad luck. The roller coaster had no end. My emotions ruled me. Even though I could see and explain all of my issues, in air quotes, I was hopelessly still blind to the fact that I was not taking responsibility for my own life. I was still giving my power away to something or someone out there who could rescue me or make me miserable. In the end, it was all about me, my love, my awakening, my happiness, my disappointment. It was not until I met a woman who saw into the core of my victimization that my heart cracked open. I could no longer hide from her or myself. It was through the intimacy of our relationship that I learned to face my deepest fears and my most hidden agendas. For the first time in my life, I rose in love instead of falling in love. Not just with her, but with all of life. I stopped complaining and blaming others. No longer burdened by complicated stories and devastating dramas, I was free to feel much more deeply and fully, and to make decisions without agonizing and second guessing. I was no longer clinging to teachers or techniques. I started experiencing the kinds of synchronicities I always dreamed of just naturally. I did more of what I love, writing songs, enjoying friends, and spending time in nature. Now people tend to relax around me. They feel free to be who they are. I now know deep in my soul that I am connected to all of life. My gift to you. I come to tell you that the freedom you seek, has nothing to do with what you do and what you understand, how you feel. It has to do with the attitude you embrace, no matter what is happening with or around you, within you or around you. Can you live your life without over relying on outer past systems and structures to keep you safe? Can you finally feel whatever you're feeling without getting lost in drama or the stories of the mind? Can you experience a longing without rushing to meet it or escape it? Can you find peace during painful moments? Can you embrace not knowing? Can you just simply be? Freedom is yours the moment you give up the thought that someone else is responsible for your life, or that you are separate from life. Practice transparency and radical self-acceptance, and you will discover your magnificence. That was beautiful. Questions for contemplation. Where are you your worst enemy? What and who do you tend to complain about most or blame? Where do you most feel like a victim? Be honest. What systems or structures do you find yourself relying on or hiding behind? What might happen if you let them go? Think of a time in your life you felt free and empowered. How would you describe your overall attitude at that time? Go one day without complaining or blaming. See what happens. The numbers 134 and 135 are significant. All right, guys, give me a second to come to the next card. I barely use this deck. And I see why. The passages are pretty long. All right. Number 13, discernment. Excuse me. All right. Like I said, I'm going to rest my arm on my knee here. Excuse me. Discernment begins at an individual level as you come to see how deeply your view of others is connected to your feelings. Over time, you will claim the ability to listen to others and the world from a broader perspective. Gift, discernment, shadow, discord, city, empathy. All right. My wisdom story. I grew up in a fundamentalist household. Let me see if I can do it like this. To parents who were narrow-minded, opinionated, and reactive. I grew up in a fundamentalist household to parents who were narrow-minded, opinionated, and reactive. If I expressed something that didn't fit in with their beliefs or was too optimistic, they'd beat me down with words or a belt. They were always in the right and I was always in the wrong. To survive their anger, bitterness, and pessimism, I turned into water. I became self-compliant and forever yielding. I sacrificed my backbone in order to stay safe. Excuse me. And I got so good at pretending to be sweet and kind that I forgot I was pretending. As I entered womanhood, I became a permissive carpet, allowing others to walk all over me. And even though I had strong beliefs inside, I never stood up for what I believed in. I repeated this pattern, falling into one abusive relationship after another. All of my decisions were fueled by a desire for safety. Even though I was rarely safe, I was often surrounded by discord. I refused to do what I knew had to be done. Until the day I saw my husband touching my daughter inappropriately. That was it. I could no longer deny my feelings or refuse to act. The moment I was forced to listen to the rage, the moment I was forced to listen to the rage, pain, and utter hopelessness that had been living inside me from the moment I was forced to listen to the rage, pain, and utter hopelessness that had been living inside of me was the same moment my true heroic life began. Now I watched the human drama playing out all around me with empathy, compassion, and optimism. I write myths and children's books that acknowledge the mythical journey that is human life. All true heroes and heroines go through dark nights of the soul. Transformation and redemption are inevitable when we are willing to wake up, discern, and truly listen. My gift to you. I am here to wake you up. What are you repeating? Where are you repeating the same mistakes? Where are you refusing to listen, accept the consequences of your heart's truth? You will be surprised at how courageous you are once you begin to be honest with yourself. It is time to start listening to yourself and to others. Learn the art of discernment. Listen beneath the words. Listen for the deeper desires, the emotional agenda, and the underlying tone. Listen beyond your own individual story. This is a grand mythic human drama playing out. There is a grand mythic human drama playing out in your life and all around you. We are all a part of it. We all have our vision of the underworld. We all carry the wand of a wizard, the sword of a warrior, and the potential for a happy ending. As you begin to see the mythic quality of your own rich human life, your optimism will grow right along with your empathy, compassion, and heroic potential. You are not alone. I am here. Questions for contemplation. Where are you trapped in a self-destructive cycle? Where are you starving for empathy from yourself or others? Discern the ways that your experience of the world around you is colored by your mental and emotional states. How can you be more empathic towards yourself and others in your everyday life? Is there a myth you resonate with at a deep level, one that reflects your family or cultural story? If you were to write your own myth, what would it be about? Who would be the protagonist? Just write a simple myth in your journal. Let the story impact your life. Yes, very wise words indeed. The Wisdom Keeper's deck. Commitment is the number 29. Okay, hold on one second. I forgot those numbers. these are pages 50 and 51 is significant. The number 64 is also significant, excuse me. The last number is 29. In this book, the cards connect. They have partners that connect to other cards, but to me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make sense reading them out unless I pull this other card, and they haven't asked me to do that. All right, 29. All right, commitment. A clear decision is felt as quiet and powerful warmth that yearns through your whole being. Gift, commitment, shadow, half-heartedness, city, devotion. My wisdom story. My parents always called me the free bird. Give me 1 second, because this is a big book. My parents always called me the free bird. That was their sweet way of saying I was an unreliable flake. I was always flitting about from romance to romance, place to place, career to career, always starting what I could not finish. So when I finally found social work and a wonderful organization that suited me well, everyone was thrilled, including me. Excuse me. I worked there for years. I grew within the organization, loved the population, and felt my life was meaningful. But after 7 years, I found myself overcommitted, burnt out, and disengaged. Excuse me. My heart yearned to be somewhere else, doing something more creative. I wanted more space in my life for intimacy. My colleagues and staff had no idea how half-hearted I had become about the job. I was lying to them, and I was lying to myself. I was also terrified of leaving. They needed me, and I certainly didn't want to risk quitting or failing or seeming unreliable. My nose is really itching me. Please excuse me. I was also terrified of leaving. They needed me, and I certainly didn't want to risk quitting or failing or seeming unreliable. So I waited, and I waited. Each time someone dared to quit the agency to go after a dream, I felt jealous, like I was on the sidelines launching other people's happiness while watching mine drift further and further away. To top it off, I felt even more trapped. Without me, who would train the new people? Finally, just as I spilled 16 ounces of coffee all over the giant pile of paperwork on my desk, it hit me. The timing would never feel right. I could never guarantee that my next step would be a success, and I had no control over what others thought about me. Suddenly, a warmth ran through my body, and I knew what I had to do. The following day, I gave notice. While I will always cherish my time working in the organization, I have not looked back, not once. I have no regrets. My gift to you. I am here to give you permission to say yes to life, to trust it fully. It is time to hold nothing back. Don't worry about what others think or expect of you or from you. Beware of giving your power away to a teacher, guru, or system. Fly brave and blind as you embark on your path. And remember, few things are less healthy for you than half-heartedness. So whether you are succeeding or failing, do it with a full heart. Stand by your decisions. Trust your in-the-moment guidance. Honor the stream of your experiences and relationships until each cycle reaches its natural completion. Do these things, and there will be no need to worry about the future. For the seed of your dreams lives in the heart of your commitment. It is all about the journey. Oh my goodness. Questions for contemplation. Where in your life are you overcommitted? Where do you feel like a slave? Where do you feel like a slave or like you're being taken advantage of, Where do you feel like a slave or like you're being taken advantage of or abused? What in your life, a job, a relationship, a way of being needs to come to an end? What do you fear might happen if you honor and follow through with what you know to be true? Where are you lacking commitment? Where are you living half-heartedly? Are you saying yes, but then not following through? Is there frustration, fear, or anger behind your seeming flakiness that you have not fully owned? How can you be more deeply committed to the needs of your soul? Think of a time in your life when you experienced devotion. Where in your life today are you satisfied with Where in your life today are you satisfied with the level of commitment? Honor these experiences in your journal. I hope these messages gave some wisdom. I hope this helps you. You guys be well. See you next video.